In fact, not only have you set foot on British soil twice in the last 2 months alone, but I understand that British soil makes for rather splendid golf courses. I have cherished the close ties between the British and American peoples. In fact, had the media succeeded in the 1970s in their own attempt at deepening the special relationship, I myself might have been married off within the Nixon family.
It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country else. For many decades, I'll tell you that I just stood in line and shook about 150 hands. And the king knew every single person and every single company, and some of them had bad names like XYZ-Q3, and he knew every one of them, or at least I think he did, because nobody was complaining. I was very impressed with that.
Mr. President, Mrs. Trump, it is with great pleasure that my wife and I welcome you to Windsor Castle on this, your second state visit to the United Kingdom. This unique and important occasion reflects the enduring bond between our two great nations, anchored by the deep friendship between our people. This relationship, which with good reason we and our predecessors have long called special, has made us safer and stronger through the generations. Our people have fought and died together for the values we hold dear. We have innovated, traded, and created together, fueling our economies and cultures through myriad forms of exchange. We have celebrated together, mourned together, and stood together in the best and worst of times. Mr. President, as we approach the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence next year, it is remarkable to think just how far we have come. I cannot help but wonder what our forebears from 1776 would make of this friendship today. The rebel commander and pioneering first president, George Washington, famously vowed never to set foot on British soil. And my 5 times great-grandfather, King George III, for his part, did not spare his words when he spoke of the revolutionary leaders. Today, however, we celebrate a relationship between our two countries that surely neither Washington nor King George III could possibly have imagined. The ocean may still divide us, but in so many other ways, we are now the closest of kin. Mr. President, you have spoken of your pride in your British roots. In fact, not only have you set foot on British soil twice in the last 2 months alone, but I understand that British soil makes for rather splendid golf courses. Now, for my part, I have always admired the ingenuity of the American people and the principles of freedom which your great democracy has represented since its inception. Throughout my life, from the very first visit to the United States in 1970, and over 20 visits since that time, I have cherished the close ties between the British and American peoples. In fact, Had the media succeeded in the 1970s in their own attempt at deepening the special relationship, I myself might have been married off within the Nixon family. Mr. President, from York to New York, from Birmingham, England to Birmingham, Alabama, we are united by a common language and shared heritage. The many thousands of people from each of our countries who have made the other their home have enriched our societies immeasurably, a fact that gives me the greatest pride. Our cultural connections too continue to flourish, with our actors, musicians, writers and television presenters prospering in the hearts of transatlantic audiences. Today, our alliance spans every field of endeavour and shows vast potential for growth. The United Kingdom was your partner in the first trade deal of your administration, Mr. President, bringing jobs and growth to both our countries. And no doubt we can go even further as we build this new era of our partnership. Our two nations have an exceptional legacy of shared discovery. Together we laid the foundations of nuclear science, mapped the human genome, and built the internet, upon which all contemporary commerce, communication, and defense is based. Together, our scientists and engineers are shaping the world of tomorrow, not least with new partnership agreements on technology and the prosperity that stands to bring. Our countries have the closest defense, security, and intelligence relationship ever known. In 2 world wars, we fought together to defeat the forces of tyranny. Today, as tyranny once again threatens Europe, we and our allies stand together in support of Ukraine to deter aggression and secure peace. And our AUKUS submarine partnership with Australia sets the benchmark for innovative and vital collaboration. The successes of the British Redcoats and of George Washington's Continental Army today stand shoulder to shoulder, brothers and sisters in arms, protecting the freedoms we both cherish. Our countries are working together in support of crucial diplomatic efforts, not least of which, Mr. President, is your own personal commitment to finding solutions to some of the world's most intractable conflicts in order to secure peace. In striving for a better world, we also have a precious opportunity to safeguard and to restore the wonders and beauty of nature for the generations who follow us. We share the ambition and determination to preserve our majestic lands and waters, above all, to ensure that we have clean water, clean air, and clean food. Our legacy for the next 250 years and beyond is to ensure that our children, grandchildren, and those who come after them can experience the awe and magnificence of the natural treasures found in the countryside, on the coasts, in the seas, and in the national parks established by your predecessors and mine. Mr. President, Mrs. Trump, the bond between our two nations is indeed a remarkable one. Forged in the fire of conflict, it has been fortified through our shared endeavours and burnished by the deep affection between our people. Tested time and again, it has borne the weight of our common purpose and raised our ambition for a better world. So, in renewing our bond tonight, we do so with unshakable trust in our friendship and in our shared commitment to independence and liberty. Therefore, as we celebrate this unparalleled partnership, allow me to propose a toast to President Trump and the First Lady, and to the health, prosperity, and happiness of the people of the United States of America.
Your Majesty, Melania and I are deeply grateful to you and Queen Camilla for your extraordinary graciousness. And to William and Kate, thank you so much. It's been so great being with you today. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country. For many decades, His Majesty the King has epitomized the fortitude, nobility, and the spirit of the British monarchy and the British people. He's dedicated himself to preserving the glory and unique character of this kingdom, restoring life to the rivers and streams, supporting the works of its artists and composers, planting trees and gardens in its countryside. And I just visited one of the most beautiful I've ever seen that you just completed, and protecting the architectural integrity of cities, villages, and towns. He has uplifted the poor, cared for rural farmers, and tended to wounded veterans like nobody else. I'll tell you that I just stood in line and shook about 150 hands, and the King knew every single person and every single company, and some of them had bad names like XYZ-Q3, and he knew every one of them, or at least I think he did, because nobody was complaining. I was very impressed with that. But I just want to say that His Majesty has also raised a remarkable son in His Royal Highness Prince of Wales. Really amazing. We've gotten to know you, and I think you're going to have an unbelievable success in the future. Melania and I are delighted to visit again with Prince William and to see Her Royal Highness Princess Catherine, so radiant and so healthy, so beautiful. It's really a great honor. Thank you. Many years ago, His Majesty opened his archives to a biographer. Among the documents was a letter from 1993 in which he described the patriotism and guided his many projects. He wrote that he was, quote, entirely motivated by a desperate desire to put the great back into Great Britain. In the finest tradition of British sovereigns, he has given his whole heart, everything he's got, to those parts of Britain that are beyond the realm of mere legislation. It's not easy, but which define its essence and its virtue, its harmony and its soul. It's an amazing calling, and there's nobody that's answered that calling like you have. A fifth of all of humanity speaks, writes, thinks, and prays in the language born on these isles and perfected in the pages of Shakespeare and Dickens and Tolkien, and Lewis, Orwell, and Kipling. Incredible people, unbelievable people like we have rarely seen before, probably won't see again. The lion-hearted people of this kingdom defeated Napoleon, unleashed the Industrial Revolution, destroyed slavery, and defended civilization in the darkest days of fascism and communism. The British gave the world the Magna Carta, the modern parliament, and Francis Bacon's scientific method. They gave us the works of Locke, Hobbes, Smith, and Burke, Newton, and Blackstone. The legal, intellectual, cultural, and political traditions of this kingdom have been among the highest achievements of mankind. There's really never been anything like it. The British Empire laid the foundations of law, liberty, free speech, and individual rights virtually everywhere the Union Jack has ever flown, including a place called America. You know that place very well, don't you? His Majesty spoke eloquently about the bond which inspired Sir Winston Churchill, and the bust is in the Oval Office right now, the beautiful bust of Winston Churchill, to coin the phrase special relationship. But seen from American eyes, the word special does not begin to do it justice. We're joined by history and fate, and by love and language, and by transcendent ties of culture, tradition, ancestry, and destiny. We're like two notes in one chord, or two verses of the same poem, each beautiful on its own, but really meant to be played together. The bond of kinship and identity between America and the United Kingdom is priceless and eternal. It's irreplaceable and unbreakable, and we are, as a country, as you know, doing unbelievably well. We had a very sick country 1 year ago, and today, I believe we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, nobody's even questioning it, but we owe so much of that to you and the footing that you gave us when we started. Together, we've done more good for humanity than any two countries in all of history. Together, we must defend the exceptional heritage that makes us who we are, and we must continue to stand for the values and the people of the English-speaking world, and we do indeed stand for that. On behalf of all Americans, I offer a toast to one of the great friendships, to two great countries, and to His Majesty, King Charles III, a very, very special man, and also a very, very special queen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be with you.
单字说明 Kin 亲属亲人 Kin My kin will gather every Thanksgiving at grandmother's house. 我的亲属每年感恩节会在祖母家聚会。She feels strong connection with her kin in the distant country. 她与远方的亲属有强烈的连结感。Only kin know the family secrets she never reveals. 只有亲人知道她从未透露的家族秘密。Splendid 壮丽的，极好的。Splendid. The sunset over the ocean looked absolutely splendid tonight. 今晚海上的夕阳看起来非常壮丽。She received splendid praise for her performance on stage. 她因舞台表演而获得极好的赞扬。We spent a splendid afternoon walking in the gardens. 我们在花园里散步，度过了一个美好的下午。Ingenuity. 聪明才智，创意。Ingenuity. His ingenuity helped design a device saving thousands of lives worldwide. 他的聪明才智帮助设计出拯救全球数千人生命的装置。The team's ingenuity created a new method for sustainable energy production. 团队的创意创造出新的永续能源生产方法。She showed great ingenuity in solving the complex puzzle quickly. 她展现出极大的聪明才智，迅速解开那个复杂的谜题。Inception. 开始，创立。Inception. The project has grown steadily since its inception last year. 自去年创立以来，这项计划稳步成长。This organization has doubled in size since its inception. 自创立以来，该组织的规模已倍增。At the inception of the program, few believed it would succeed. 在计划开始之初，很少人相信它会成功。Immeasurably. 无法估量的，极大的。Immeasurably. Her kindness has immeasurably improved the lives of many children. 她的善良极大地改善许多孩子的生活。The landscape changed immeasurably after the earthquake struck. 地震发生后，景观发生了巨大的变化。His skills improved immeasurably during the training course. 在培训期间，他的技能得到了极大的提升。Transatlantic. 横越大西洋的，大西洋两岸的。Transatlantic. They took a transatlantic flight from New York to London overnight. 他们连夜搭乘跨大西洋航班从纽约飞往伦敦。The transatlantic partnership remains vital for global security. 横跨大西洋的伙伴关系对全球安全仍至关重要。She has many transatlantic friends from her studies abroad. 她在海外求学时结交了许多大西洋两岸的朋友。Endeavor. 努力，奋力。Endeavor. His lifelong endeavor was to improve education for all children. 他一生的努力是改善所有孩子的教育。Their joint endeavor created a community garden in the city. 他们的共同努力在城市里建了一个社区花园。They honored her endeavor to protect endangered species. 他们向她保护濒危物种的努力致敬。Legacy. 传承，遗产。Legacy. His greatest legacy is the hospital he built for the poor. 他最伟大的遗产是他为穷人建造的医院。We must protect the legacy of our ancestors. 我们必须保护我们祖先的传承。Her artistic legacy inspired generations of young creators. 她的艺术传承启发了几代年轻创作者。Genome. 基因组。Genome. Scientists mapped the human genome 2 decades ago. 科学家在20年前绘制出人类基因组。Each species has a unique genome defining its traits. 每个物种都有独特基因组定义其特征。Researchers study the plant genome to improve crops. 研究人员研究植物基因组以改良作物。Contemporary. 当代的，同时代的。Contemporary. She enjoys contemporary art exhibitions downtown. 她喜欢市中心的当代艺术展览。This novel reflects contemporary social issues. 这本小说反映当代社会问题。Our office uses contemporary design and technology. 我们的办公室采用当代设计与科技。Tyranny. 暴政，专制。Tyranny. They rose together to overthrow tyranny and oppression. 他们共同起来推翻暴政与压迫。The play depicts the fall of a cruel tyranny. 该剧描写一个残酷暴政的垮台。Freedom cannot exist under tyranny. 自由无法存在于暴政之下。Intractable. 棘手的，难处理的。Intractable. The conflict became increasingly intractable despite negotiations. 尽管经过谈判，冲突仍变得越来越棘手。He faced an intractable problem at work. 他在工作上遇到一个棘手问题。Some diseases remain intractable despite new treatments. 尽管有了新的治疗方法，但有些疾病仍然难以治愈。Forge. 锻造，建立。Forge. They decided to forge a new partnership for mutual success. 他们决定建立新的伙伴关系，实现共同成功。He worked hard to forge his reputation in the business world. 他努力在商业界建立自己的声誉。The artist forged the metal into a beautiful sculpture. 艺术家将金属锻造成一件美丽的雕塑。Burnish. 擦亮，改善形象。Burnish. She tried to burnish her image before the important meeting. 她试图在重要会议前改善自己的形象。The company hired a PR team to burnish its reputation. 公司聘请公关团队来提升其声誉。He burnished the silverware until it shone brightly. 他将银器擦亮直到闪闪发光。Singular. 非凡的，独特的。Singular. She has a singular talent for painting realistic portraits. 她有非凡的天赋，能画出逼真的肖像。His approach to problem solving is truly singular. 他解决问题的方法真的很独特。The scientist made a singular discovery in quantum physics. 这位科学家在量子物理领域有一项非凡的发现。Epitomize. 体现，成为典型。Epitomize. She epitomizes grace and elegance in every movement. 她的每个动作都体现了优雅与典雅。The building epitomizes modern architectural design. 这栋建筑体现了现代建筑设计。He epitomizes the hardworking spirit of his generation. 他体现了自己这一代人的勤奋精神。Fortitude. 坚毅， 刚毅 fortitude. She faced the illness with remarkable fortitude and courage. 她以非凡的坚毅与勇气面对疾病。The soldiers showed fortitude during the harsh winter campaign. 士兵们在严酷的冬季战役中展现了坚毅。He endured financial hardships with great fortitude. 他以极大的坚毅度过经济困境。Transcendent. 超越的，卓越的。Transcendent. The musician delivered a transcendent performance that amazed everyone. 这位音乐家带来了一场卓越的表演，令所有人惊叹。Her ideas are transcendent, going beyond traditional thinking. 她的想法卓越，超越了传统思维。The view from the mountain peak was truly transcendent. 从山顶看到的景色确实令人惊叹。
谢谢观看本影片，如果您觉得这部影片对您有帮助，敬请订阅、按赞、分享、开启小铃铛。
See you next time.